What's up, Taiwan? Good evening. I'm Erika Liu with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. A series of quakes shook Taiwan over the weekend. The strongest, which struck on Sunday, measured 6.8 on the Richter scale. Aftershocks were still being felt into Monday. The 6.8 earthquake damaged roads, derailed trains, and toppled buildings. Bing Wong reports from the scene.
Clearing up the rubble. This after a 6.8 magnitude earthquake shook much of Taiwan on Sunday afternoon. Worst hit was the town of Miaoli in eastern Taiwan. Here, roads cracked, a train derailed, and buildings were damaged. This is all that is left of a convenience store. At least one person has died, while 79 injuries have been reported. Thousands of homes were also left without power. These shop owners say their stores shook and they spent a fateful night in fear of aftershocks.
2点44的时候，我那个东西就完全趴下来，全部趴下来，我就赶快躲到桌子底下。
地震的东西我们没办法预测嘛，到底会不会有余震呢？
Rescue workers and firemen are now working to clear and secure areas like this while aftershocks persist. Taiwan officials are moving quickly to assess the damage and determine the next steps.
会把这些铁道错区的部分赶快处理完。
There have been 70 aftershocks already, with more expected in the coming days. Taiwan sits in the Pacific Ring of Fire, which means that earthquakes aren't unusual, but people remain afraid. Thousands were killed in a quake here in 1999, so officials are reminding everyone to stay vigilant. Kama Xu, Damon Lin, and Bing Wong in Hualien for TaiwanPlus.
Elementary schools in the east and south of Taiwan are canceling classes for the week due to damage from the earthquakes that happened over the weekend. Taiwan experienced a 6.8 magnitude earthquake on Sunday, with the epicenter located in the southeastern county of Taidong. At one primary school, half of a bridge connecting two buildings collapsed, and there were large cracks in the ground and walls. Similar damage was reported further north in neighboring Hualien County, where school officials have urged the community to come together to help clear up the rubble and debris. U.S. President Joe Biden has said Washington would defend Taiwan in the event of a Chinese attack. Biden made the comments in an interview with American network CBS. But the comments are causing controversy as they appear to contradict long-standing U.S. policy toward Taiwan. James Chater reports.
So unlike Ukraine, to be clear, sir, U.S. forces, U.S. men and women would defend Taiwan in the event of a Chinese invasion?
Yes.
The question clear, the answer clearer. This, the fourth time since becoming US president that Joe Biden has publicly stated the US would defend Taiwan if China attacked. Biden's comments are significant because they appear to change the US's long-standing policy of strategic ambiguity. Washington has purposefully not stated clearly whether the US would defend Taiwan if China attacked. But despite Biden's comments, the White House maintains the US's Taiwan policy has not changed. Beijing claims Taiwan as part of its territory and has threatened to take it by force. That's despite the Chinese Communist Party having never ruled the island. This is President Biden making near identical remarks in Tokyo earlier this year.
You didn't want to get involved in the Ukraine conflict militarily for obvious reasons. Are you willing to get involved militarily to defend Taiwan if it comes to that?
Yes.
You are?
That's the commitment we made.
In a statement, Taiwan's foreign ministry thanked Biden for reiterating the US government's rock-solid security commitment to Taiwan. But some analysts in Taiwan are less convinced by Biden's remarks.
But what the US president said in this interview or that interview, even though the public, they welcome such remark. It's the job, it's the duty of the Taiwan's decision makers to realize this kind of statement does not by itself offer any firm guarantee.
And there are questions as to exactly what sort of circumstances would lead to US support for Taiwan, and what that support would look like.
Although Biden says that this is the first time Biden says that it will help Taiwan, but it's still not specify how to help Taiwan. So it is very important that Biden specify how the U.S. will respond to such an invasion. It's very important for the public as well because of the widespread U.S. skepticism that the Taiwanese do not know whether the U.S. will help or not.
Biden's remarks have once more fueled debate over US policy toward Taiwan, showing that, despite the clarity of his response, Biden's comments are prompting more questions than answers. Rick E. and James Chater for TaiwanPlus.
The funeral of Britain's Queen Elizabeth II has taken place in London with the royal family and many world leaders in attendance. The Queen was brought to Westminster Abbey from the Houses of Parliament, where she has lain in state since Wednesday. Hundreds of thousands of people lined up around the clock over the past few days for the chance to pay their respects. Following the funeral, the Queen is to be laid to rest at Windsor Castle alongside her late husband, Philip, Duke of Edinburgh. The Queen passed away last week at the age of 96. She ruled for 70 years, making her the longest reigning monarch in British history. Taiwan's main opposition, Kuomintang, or KMT, is facing an apparent schism in the northwestern county of Miaoli ahead of November's local elections. Dueling campaigns for county chief threaten to split the party vote in what's normally a KMT stronghold. John Van Trieste has more.
Eric Zhu, the leader of the opposition Kuomintang party, having to deliver a message of unity in a party stronghold. This after rival campaigns have caused a split in the party's vote, just months before an election. Since this northern county of Miaoli was created in 1950, its head has almost exclusively come from the Kuomintang. But the party's pick, Xie Fuhong, now faces opposition from an incumbent Kuomintang official who has just been stripped of his party membership. The newly independent Zhong Dongqin has launched his own campaign and has the backing of some local officials. Zhong says talk that local officials could bring him back into the party fold and give him the nomination is premature. Meaning that with just 2 months to election day, the party rift shows no signs of healing. Patrick Chen and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Allegations that the government blocked the purchase of COVID vaccines during the height of the pandemic continue to take center stage in the race for Taipei mayor. Both opposition Kuomintang candidate Jiang Wan-an and independent candidate Vivian Huang say the government tried to stop a charity from bringing in vaccine doses from abroad so that a Taiwanese vaccine maker would profit. They say doing so slowed down Taiwan's ability to vaccinate its people and may have cost lives. The government and ruling Democratic Progressive Party candidate Chen Shizhong, who headed the country's pandemic response, say this isn't true. Jiang now says he's suing Chen for dereliction of duty. But Chen says that if Jiang had a problem with the government's vaccine purchase plan, he should have said something last year. Jiang headed the legislative committee that approved the plan, which ultimately passed unanimously. Taiwan's Ling Yunru and Liao Zhenting have won the men's doubles title at the World Table Tennis Contender in Almaty, Kazakhstan. The Taiwanese duo fell behind to the world #2 Swedish pairing Matthias Falk and Anton Karlberg in the first 2 games, but they completed a comeback by taking each of the following 3 games, winning the decider 11-1. It was Lin's second triumph in this year's competition. He also won first place in the mixed doubles and finished runner-up in the men's singles. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, today, we leave you with images of the opening of this year's Oktoberfest in Munich. The world's largest beer festival is back for the first time since 2019. It was canceled for the past 2 years due to the pandemic. I'm Erika Liu. Take care and see you next time.